How's it going? Jonathan Dunkerley here. Let me fix the skew on my camera. There we go. It would have bothered me the entire live stream if it was on level. So, how's it going? My name is Jonathan Dunkerley, and today we are going to chat a little bit about some updates and some AI news, as well as I'm going to show you some of the automation systems that I'm using to get passive income using AI. Now, I'm a video content creator, and I always hear a lot of people that say like, "Hey, you know what? You're gonna have to make your YouTube channel has to only make money from if you have this amount of subscribers or so on and so forth." But that's really not the case with social media. That's not really how you're making money with social media. It's really about using social media as a traffic source in order to push you into something that is going to actually make you money. So let me just double check that audio is working. Last time I went live and I was the audio was not working. Let me just double check that that the stream is going. Sorry, there's gonna be a quick little audio loop, but I always like to just double check. So bear with me for just 1 second. Better for me to check real quick than for me to be talking to myself for an hour and nobody even tell me. If I'm talking to myself, just tell me. Just hit me up in the chat. Come on. It's there we go. Oh, it's working. It's working. Okay, good. Okay, calm down. I can get back to work. Okay, so um awesome. Thank you. I'm glad that you could hear me. So I wanted to start off. Let me actually just share my screen. I'm just going to share this out to my community. I have a free school. It's just called Wealth on Autopilot. You're welcome to come join. Again, it is free, no cost. Come and join. And here, let me just post this so everybody knows that I'm live. Dun, dun. There we go. That's done. And if you do want to join it, here's the URL. Oop. What I do? Here's the URL if you do want to join. Again, it's free. I don't charge for it. But that's really the business model that I get into, by the way. I've always struggled with like trying to charge people with a lot of things directly. But I did realize that a lot of the things that I do, and this is kind of like the checklist that I have. If you do want to get I do have a checklist here. Let me actually put this ticker so you can see the links that I talk about when I talk about them. Boom. This is a checklist that I have. You can get it by going to AIprofitchecklist.com. And this is kind of the way that my funnel, just so you know. I'm just going to quickly just play this out for you so you understand. Then I'm going to get into some AI news. And I just want you to see exactly the system that I'm using. So I use a very simple funnel where I make AI generated content or live streams like this. You could also I repurpose my live streams as well. And that's another stream of income. But the thing that really does get me these leads is really short form AI content or even short form content in general. You don't necessarily have to do it with AI, but AI just automates a lot of things and makes it easier on you. So why not? So there's really just a simple funnel that you're going to follow. And if you do get value from this, I would really appreciate you just smashing that like button. If you do have any questions, just drop them in the comments on the side. I am watching the comments, and I see Ian commented, "Thank you for hanging out with me." So let me just make sure everything's there. So it's a really simple funnel. And if you just go to that URL, what's up, Leah? Great to see you. Okay, thank you for joining. So I just wanted to play out this simple funnel, and you could just copy it. Again, go to that URL, is it AIprofitchecklist.com. And in all honesty, if you have another niche or if you just want to copy exactly what I'm doing, I mean, I'd say swap out your affiliate links and stuff with your own, but just click right here and hit make a copy, and you could just copy this URL, this Google sheet, and use it as your own lead magnet, which if you don't know, a lead magnet is something that gets somebody a quick win. And this isn't necessarily just a quick win, but it's my entire funnel that I'm just giving to you. So what you would just do is you just go down the list and you say like, okay, we need a way to capture emails. I use Go High Level. And if you do happen to use Go High Level, you are welcome to grab my snapshot, which is right here. And you could just start every time that I update the snapshot, you could just grab it right there and just literally copy everything that I'm doing. And then the place that I found that I can get the most leads, in all honesty, is Facebook pages. Just because you can create a whole bunch of Facebook pages and you create a piece of content and you could post it to those Facebook pages over and over and over again. And you don't necessarily, Facebook or Meta platforms don't mind if you are posting the same content more than once. They're okay with that. Well, platforms like YouTube and TikTok, they will actually stop you from, they'll flag it as like repeated content or spammy content, and they'll only, so you can only post it to those platforms once unless you modify it. If you take your video and you change a few things, then you could probably reuse it. But the same exact video can't be reused the same like as on YouTube or TikTok, but on Instagram and Facebook, you definitely can. So you can make those reels, but you can only use them once on those other two platforms. So that's why I say Facebook pages is like for short form content. It's probably your best bet to get leads over YouTube. Ooh, the action on the lives on the checklist. Yep. But yes, and then again, still do YouTube. Like even if I'm talking about just doing a Facebook pages, still do YouTube, still do TikTok. But remember, YouTube to me is like that asset that I have that I could always go back to. It's I'll really play this out for you real quick. So just so you understand the power of, and I'm even going to tell you like a mistake that I made. So I in 2020, I started marketing online on YouTube. I made a review for a text to speech software before we called it AI voiceovers and stuff like that. It's terrible by today's standards, but I was able to take that tool, promote it, give an ethical review, and I was able to. I think I made like $75,000 in commissions just from that one video. It was crazy, but it wasn't a recurring product, and that's the problem because if you look at tools like Go High Level, or you look at some of these other tools that I use, if you promote stuff like that, whatever you're using, you could either be what you're using or what they need to complete their task. But if you promote those tools that have recurring fees or recurring subscriptions, then they're going to pay over and over and over again. So for instance, Go High Level, if you happen to sign up through my affiliate link, I would get a commission every single month. And it wouldn't cost you any more than if you just went to their website and signed up, which that's the awesome part. So if you're wondering, like, no, it's not going to cost you less. It's going to help me so I could do this and share more content with you. But if I knew that in the past, I would have captured a bunch of emails, which is another way that you could have recurring income by selling again, or I would have promoted something that was a recurring product. But, here we are 4 years later, I learned, and here we are. So, but then if I want to really automate things, I use a tool called Radar, which is how I post to multiple platforms. And I'll just show you right now, actually. So Radar will give you a sheet like this. So this being weird. Why did it get small? Ooh. There we go. So what Radar did right here is, see, I created, this is actually image posts. You could also do image posts, but this works the same exact way for reels or text or anything. And you could take this and you could post these images. It's just updating weird. But you see, I have a date, the type of item that I'm posting, a title and a caption. And then I have this little hack. I also put a link to that landing page, which I'll just show it to you right here. Showing you the right page. Yeah. The landing page. I'll just show you the landing page real quick. It's super simple. Don't overthink it. Again, if you grab that snapshot, this landing page is in there. You are welcome to steal it. But then I take a Dropbox link, and I'm going to show you a little secret super duper hack with Dropbox, by the way, because you could grab a free Dropbox account, like completely free, right? Why is this looking weird? I'm just going to hit refresh and see what happens. There we go. That was zoomed out for some reason. So if you come to this Dropbox, this is like a super secret hack. So take a look at this. It's crazy. So you can go get a free Dropbox account. Free. You can get the free one. It doesn't have to be a paid one. And when you create a link, it actually will look like this with a 0 at the end. But if you change the number to 1, it becomes a download link. And now if you go and get your Radar forms, you don't need to have any other third-party hosting or any of that stuff. You don't need to pay for anything. Just get your free Dropbox account, put your stuff in that Dropbox, and then when you create your share link, just change the last number from a 0 to a 1, and it will be a download link. That's it. So that's it. That's the whole thing. That's how to do it. Don't overthink it. If you have another solution, power to you. But this is a free solution that I just gave you. So there you go. So now I could upload this file into Radar, which this is Radar, by the way. If you're using a different tool, power to you. That's the one that I'm using. But now I could just say, okay, if I wanted, now it says the 23rd, but if I said, or 22nd, but if I wanted to start on the 22nd, I would just update this date and the time, and then you can just drag it and it will update it all the way down the list. And now you could just, if you look, look how many I actually filled out for this one. I did this all with AI, by the way. Like I generated images that are me holding a sign with basically with a call to action to go and do something. Then there's the text and it's scheduled out through the end of June just by uploading this one file. I don't have to think about it for 6 months. 6 months. And this is the power of like automating things with AI. And then you go down like Spotter Studio. This is actually something that I would actually, I started using it and I'm like, I'm not giving it up. And they even have a crazy deal right now. So Spotter Studio, this is, they actually have, they're doing a giveaway through the end of the month for anybody that creates a project. You have to create a trial. Just create a trial. You could always cancel 60-day trial and you can cancel before. And then it's $25,000 they're giving away. You may win, you may not, but hey, you're gonna get a free tool. It's made me more than the cost in just the first month of trial that I've had it. You can do a whole bunch of cool stuff. So even today's thumbnail, that was today's thumbnail, the basic that I did. And then I used another tool called Replicate, which is also on that checklist, in order to put my face on the thumbnail, even though it was generated with AI. You know, it's cool stuff. And here's one of my older ones, and so on and so forth. And you know, it shows how well they're doing and all that fun stuff. So, all right. There we go. So, and then of course, some free tools, ChatGPT, Canva, paid or free. Well, I guess all three of these are paid or free. ChatGPT, Canva. Replicate is how I clone my face onto my thumbnails and my promotional images. There are videos along the right side right here. I'm filling in some extra ones as well. Some of them are me and some of them are other people that I shared. Then Descript is how I quickly repurpose all of my videos and do quick edits. And then 11 Labs is how you can clone your voice in your AI videos. Sora is another resource. If you have ChatGPT Plus or above, you get free access to it to a certain amount of like credits. Runway Gen 3 is another video generator. Honestly, I think it's better than Sora, you know, be perfectly honest. But hey, so if you have ChatGPT, you have Sora already, so go and use it. Why not? And then HeyGen is how you can create like those AI avatars. And that, you know, it's all included. And again, all of those links. And the way that I make money from this, by the way, is just by, if you happen to use the tool, it helps me out if you just go through my affiliate link. And, you know, if you don't want to use the tool, if you don't want to go through my affiliate link, there's nothing I just rather help you out. And then enough people end up going through those links and I make money and they're recurring products. So I get paid every single month. I hope that that makes sense. Okay. Then, and then the way I'm streaming is StreamYard. And I just choose to do that because I'm on a laptop. But if you're on like a desktop, that's a little bit more CPU power. You could use OBS and that's completely free. Cool. So I just wanted to go over that checklist real quick, just so you understand how I'm making passive income with AI. But, I know that you wanted to see some updates on some of the updates on news. And this is actually, I'm going to show you first. I'm going to just go through this and then I'm just going to show you how I used ChatGPT to actually create this exact, you know, funnel or not funnel, this exact sequence. So I had ChatGPT and I created, if you haven't started creating projects in ChatGPT, let me tell you, like it's really cool. So if you ever heard of like a custom GPT where you can create like a custom GPT model, well, now they have projects where you could have just a project and it's custom just for that project. So I created one just to help me find the most trending news over the last 7 days. So, you know, you see those videos where people are saying, hey, this is the news update. So you can go ahead and just, again, I'm just telling you to just copy what I'm doing. So you can go ahead and create a video where you're, you know, where you're actually just going over, here's the 7 updates for this week. This would also work really well for list videos, but news updates are really, really, good way to get views on YouTube, which again, views aren't what you're really after. Views get people to go into your funnel, aka your landing page, and then offer them something that's going to help them. Don't just get their email address and just like hammer at them. It's that's pointless at that point. So let me just go back over to this page. I need to get a stream deck so I don't have to keep on going back and forth. I'm usually at home where I have like multiple screens. I went to my family's house over Thanksgiving and I just never went home. It's been like a month. Yeah, I know. Okay. So getting notification on here. There we go. Turn off notifications. Making noise in my head. There we go. Oh, there you go. Okay, so there we go. Find the first tab. Okay, so I'm just going to go over several of these updates, and these are really targeted at mainly like content creators online, video creators, and these will be more relevant news for you. So the first thing that I did want to go over was a new thing that Instagram has added. So let me just scroll down so you can see what I'm talking about. Let me just get this. Again, it would be much easier if I had two screens. So I have my notes on the side. There we go. I do like that ChatGPT will reshape things just so it fits on a different size browser. It kind of shrinks it into the size of a mobile device. Okay. Bear with me. So Instagram, it's teasing an AI editing tool that they say is going to revolutionize your videos on Instagram. So Instagram announced a cutting edge AI generative AI editing feature powered by Meta's Movie Gen model. So this tool will allow creators the mobility nearly every sorry, bear with me. I can't even speak right now. This tool will allow creators the well, let me start that over. I can't even speak. I'm just reading this right now. Instagram announced a cutting edge generative AI editing feature powered by Meta's Movie Gen AI model. This tool will allow creators to modify nearly every aspect of their videos using simple text prompts, enabling dramatic changes like altering outfits and backgrounds and lightings with minimal effort. And the update is actually expected to come this month. They say it's coming in 2024. It's not out yet, but it should come in 2024. And unless I'm bad at math, that's like we only have a few days left of this year. So, but we could see like just this example right here between these three, it's just a photo can lead to that, and I mean it's modifying the background as well as the character itself. And where's the? I don't want to play that clip right there, but there we go. So I think that the key points really to focus on this is that it's going to simplify editing for a lot of people that aren't really into they're not using AI tools yet. They're not like everyone that's really diving into like those techie things. Like Replicate is a tool where not everybody's using that. It takes some setup. Everybody could just pull out their Instagram or their phone and pull up Instagram, and they're going to be able to start generating, taking their videos and doing things sort of like what Runway and all these other a little bit more advanced tools used to do. It's really going to expand the reach of AI content to a lot of people. So, and another thing is like that it does occur to me is that it's really going to reduce the reliability on third-party editing softwares on your computer, and not on your computer, on your phone. I mean, like I've used things like CapCut. I've used things like InShot in order to edit on my computer or on my phone. Sorry, on my computer and phone. But the thing is that not everybody is going to go get those tools, make it in a third party. It's just, if you're doing that, you're going to limit how much people are going to be able to do, because most people are just using the in-app editors. So if you give them very minimal resources to do in-app editing, they're not going to actually even do it. So by having it built into Instagram's app itself, It's really going to allow more people to have access to it. And a lot of those third party ones, they're paid for. And Instagram's not going to charge people in order to use their AI editor, because they want people just to use Instagram, and that they make money. They have ads. That's how they make money. So they're going to give this as a way for creators to continue to make more and more content. So, all right. So let's go back through here. So go and check this out. It says that it's coming out this month. Again, who knows? But they say this year, but it could definitely come out a little bit later like they say 2024, but I bet 2025 if I had to put money on it, based off of the fact that it's the 23rd of December right now. It's not out yet. Cool. All right. So I'm going to go on to the next piece of news that I'm going to go over. And this is actually one that, this is why, there we go. Those ads always popping up. I'm sorry. There's always ads that pop up. Let me see. Pop over. Oh yeah, Riley, I will use Instagram a lot more if that feature when that feature gets dropped. And I think a beautiful thing about it is a lot of times you just use one of those apps and then save it and then go post it on the other platforms. If it works on Instagram's editor, go make it in Instagram, export the file, go put it in YouTube or TikTok or Reels, which is also a Meta platform, but 100%. So this is one that I really do agree with. So Google's AI video generator blows OpenAI's Sora out of the water, which in all honesty, I'm not really impressed with Sora. Like when they announced it, I was a little bit impressed, uh, because it was like a year ago and they announced it and they showed us this stuff. And what we had back then was, Will Smith eating spaghetti through like the back of his head and weird stuff like that. And we were impressed with it when it was announced. But now so many better things have come out, and they released what they advertised like a year ago, and it's just not as good as what all the other things that are out now. So I'm sorry, OpenAI, you took too long. Time to play some catch up. But so yes, go here. So Google unveils its next generation AI video generator, and they call it VO2. Scroll down so you can see what I'm talking about. Boom, boom. So VO2, praised for producing highly realistic and engaging video. It's unlike OpenAI's Sora. VO2 leverages extensive YouTube training data, which, by the way, I don't know if you're creating on YouTube, have you gotten that notification asking if they could use your videos to train their AI models? I know I have. I don't know. Let me know in the comments. What are you going to do? Are you going to actually let them use your data, or are you gonna just say no? Hey, Google, I don't want you to use my face and all this stuff and to train your AI models so somebody could pretend to be me? Am I crazy? I might be crazy. Leverage you. So it leverages extensive YouTube training data, which again, giving it significant advantages in understanding what resonates with audiences. So I do like that, but I just don't know if I want them to use my content's data. So it does look far more realistic than existing AI tools, which is really cool. And it optimizes for creating engaging audience, specific content. And it streamlines the process of generating social media content at scale, which that's what I eventually want to replace myself on social media. I want to replace myself. I want to be able to just like, I don't have the bandwidth to be on every single platform. And I don't think you do either, right? Let me know. I'm like, am I the only one that doesn't want to be on every single platform out there? I'd rather, go to the beach, go on a walk, or go camping, or whatever I feel like doing. I'm a video guy, so I probably would just go and shoot a movie for fun. That's what I do outside of online world. I make TV shows and movies. Um, yeah, but yeah, here we are right now. But this is actually really cool because I really do want to automate as much as possible. And if it could generate social media content, which again, what's the point of social media content? If you're thinking that it's about getting likes, if you're thinking about it, that it's all about just getting lights, hearts, it's like minutes matter most when it comes to actually like YouTube. But what really matters most, even more than minutes, is leads. Because if you capture the lead, then say you get a certain amount of leads, you may never need to actually market like over and over again and spend all your time doing this. You may need to market heavy at the beginning, like, even like doing live streams like this, but you don't need to do that all the time. So being able to generate social media content at mass with a purpose of actually generating leads that funnel it into, and if it's generating at mass, you might as well just let it continue doing it and continue grabbing those leads as long as it's serving your audience and not just spam. That's my one thing. I just want it to be high quality content. So that's my take on that. So so I mean, look at these. I mean, that's pretty realistic. I mean, maybe I can click this. I don't know if it's going to open it up in Twitter. It will. It did. Let's see if it plays. I don't know if you're going to be able to hear it. Let's just play it. I opened the clip. I mean, that's a Sora one. That's why it's so weird. It doesn't understand he's eating a bowl of soup. He's literally eating a bowl of soup. Okay, I don't know how much longer I can watch. Okay, it's only a couple of seconds longer. Yeah, I'm not super impressed with Sora. Sorry, guys. If you're a Sora maxi, I apologize, but I'm not. Ooh, sorry, I'm missing all my comments because of my notes. Tell Google they can use your data for a fair price. Yeah, I'm like, if they're gonna pay me, then maybe I'll consider it. But if they're not gonna pay me, why am I giving them a bunch of data that's gonna make them money? And like, be honest. If it's gonna make me money, just tell me. I'll do it. Like, handle. Yeah, exactly. I want my clone, Jerry. I want my clone to handle everything online, and I feel like that's where we're heading long term. In all honesty, I feel like everything is going to be replaced. There's still going to be like these situations where you have social media like this, but so much of social media is going to be automated, and it's not going to matter anymore because you're never going to know if somebody's real or not, regardless if you're the one person that's sitting there and always doing it manually. Like, why would you be that one person? And what's up? Was it Telly's mom, mental health project? How you doing? Great to see you. In all honesty, and then you mentioned faceless and cloned, but I don't think that, based off of the direction that things are going, I think that you could probably have a live stream down the road where I'm hanging out live right here, and you could technically be going live with a bot and not realize it, like an AI agent. I think AI agents are like the future of where things are heading. Like, whether it's creating your social media content, whether it's managing your day, whether it's your, I mean, you could be your dating life. I don't know. Like, all these different things are going to be done by AI agents. So it's trading crypto, whatever. It's like, it's all going to be done by these people because their agencies are not a new thing. It's just, if an AI can do it better than a person, do that. And then we could focus on what really matters in life. And if that means actually going and doing the job that we want, and just making sure the money's coming in from AI, then power to us. Oh, sorry, men's. Sorry. Hey, that's my my neural divergency, not being able to read properly. My apologies. My apologies. Hey, there could be a man mom. I don't know. Oh yeah, you could use that data for the bowl of soup. I mean, there will always be a creative approach, even if you're going live with a bot. I think things are changing because I think that a lot of people, they forget that things have changed since not too long of a time ago. Like, YouTube itself only started in 2005 as a dating site. YouTube was a dating site when it was launched. Go look at the first video that was uploaded to YouTube. It was they the founders, they were hiring people, trying to put ads out on Craigslist to get girls to make videos on YouTube for the dating site. It's crazy. It's like, look into it. It's that's what the YouTube was. It was a dating site. It's evolved since then. It's going to continue to evolve, and we just need to keep on doing it. Yeah, yeah. You didn't know that? It was a dating site, and it quickly pivoted, and luckily they did. And then eventually, Google bought them, and here we are. Like, but if it's going to be a completely different path. Like 10 years from now, it's going to be a completely different platform. 100%. Cool. All right. All right. Let me see the next thing that I was going to go. Next news. Uh, oh, this was actually one that I actually really was excited about because I, I don't. One other thing with AI is like misusing people's likeness and content. And so YouTube is partnering with creative artist agency. If you don't know what that is, it is an agency. It's actually really close to my house, where there's a where the actors and they sign with them, and they're basically the biggest agency in LA for actors. So if they're partnering with artist agency to develop tools that detect and manage unauthorized use of creators' likeness in AI generative content. The the platforms aim to safeguard creators against misuse of their digital identity. And this is really exciting for me because, like, as somebody that does work in the film and television industry, I mean, I'm behind the camera in that industry, but as somebody that is in that industry, I really don't want people to rip off every bit of work that I do, whether it's something that I create or something that my face. So I don't think that people should, like, with an actor, their face is their job. Like, their likeness and their voice is their job. That's what makes them money. So if you just take an AI bot and just rip them off and not compensate them, that's not right. Just put yourself in their shoes. Would you want that to happen to you? Would you want somebody to rip you off like that? I wouldn't. So I really do support this update. Um, oh yeah, and Men's Mental Health Project. Sorry, I'm gonna get it right that time. Not gonna. So yeah, 5 years, it's changed drastically. Oh my God, you're not even kidding. Like, especially since the lockdowns in 2020, that just completely reshaped most of YouTube. I like it used to be just this place where you just post stuff. Like, it's really shaped differently. Platforms are going. Oh yeah, I mean, you have to. I mean, like, even so, like, people that aren't even alive, like, they're taking their voices and they're utilizing it. And I know that certain people, by the way, if you don't know, James Earl Jones licensed before he passed away. He licensed his voice to Disney for use as, like, Mufasa and Darth Vader permanently. Like, he wanted those characters to live on forever. So if you do hear Disney using that, they have permission. They paid for it and, like, everything. So it was because he wanted that character to actually live on as him forever, which I respect that and appreciate that. Thank you, James Earl Jones. Um, mhm, like, all platforms. Yeah, they're trying. They're trying. I think they're trying to protect them, but I think that this is going way faster than they know what to do. So I do appreciate that even somebody as big as CAA is actually taking action on something like this. Uh, they weren't at the beginning. A lot of stuff, like, Scarlett Johansson was suing people over her likeness being used, and I support it. Like, 100% for support this. 100%. So, and talking about AI being used by companies, that's actually the next one that I was going to go over. It's kind of, I don't know if you've seen these really stupid CocaCola commercials this year. Am I? They're bad. They're really bad. But it's completely generated by AI. These CocaCola commercials. So there's been a really big backlash against these companies utilizing AI to generate this, because every time that they do this with AI, it's taking the job away from an artist. But the quality is not there yet. Now, if the quality gets there at a certain point, 100%. For me, like, AI is great for marketing and being creative on your own, but unless it could fully replace what the artist already does, then I don't really think that it should be used in this capacity yet. And rightfully so. I feel like they got their backlash. So what it says is that this is actually a recreation. Coca-Cola's latest AI-generated holiday campaign, a remake of the 1995 ad, which I remember that ad. I remember watching that when I was a kid. Faced backlash for being overly mechanical and lacking emotional resonance. Critics argue that the ad highlights the limitations of AI and is creating content that connects emotionally with and doesn't create content that connects emotionally with audiences. Again, which what I agree with. There's some really bad AI movies that they've made so far. And again, I know that they have to try, but it shouldn't be Coca-Cola taking jobs away from people in order to try. Maybe this is just me getting on my high horse, but this one really bothered me, so I wanted to go over it real quick. Cool. Now the next thing I was going to go over again. Oh, actually, this was the one that I was. Doo, doo. Where is that? Okay. And this is another one related to the other one, like the CAA one, where people are. So it says AI generated video features uh, decreased celebrity interactions with living counterparts have gone viral, basically saying that there's videos going viral on social media where people are there with people that have passed away. Like that's, if you don't know who that is, that's the crocodile hunter. He unfortunately passed away, ironically by a stingray. It seemed, but it's sad. But these aren't real. Like there's Princess Diana. They're not. They've been passed away for a long time. So they're bringing back these images of people that are no longer with us. And I completely agree that that's not something that's good. And in the backlash, I'm for it. So it raises ethical concerns about the use of AI uh, to create deceased individuals. And like I even if you've ever used like the 11 Labs app, 11 Reader, I have was it was it Danny Garcia read all my stuff to me because I like the sound of the voice. But I even have to wonder, do they have permission to use that voice? But I mean, are they paying for that voice? It's like I think that it does raise some ethical problems or considerations to look over. So now on a better note, on a company that is actually being ethical, that is Adobe. Surprisingly, Adobe has been like one of the most ethical companies for AI. So let me check these comments real quick. Oh, you're making a clone of your dog. That's a good idea. Make your dog your company mascot, and then your dog will be with you for all time. I think that's a great decision. Like, I love that actually. That's awesome. Dog biscuits are cheap. That's how you pay them, right? That's awesome. Thank you, Jerry. And then, yeah, I know the Coke ad wasn't that bad. It wasn't that bad, but it was a bad AI ripoff of an ad from '95, and they did it by generating it and just copying something that was already created. And to me, that we're not there yet. Now, if you get to a point where it's actually done right and it's actually gonna have the same impact as the original commercial, then I would be okay with it. Oh, thank you, Chase. Oh, thank you for the super chat. That's actually, I think, my first super chat. Really, let me. I don't even know how to. Do I start? There we go. I think I can bring it up on. There you go. Thank you, Chase. I really appreciate you. And if anybody's watching, and go check out Shineify, because they have a great Discord. They have a great community. Just go in and hang out over there, because you're gonna learn better in a community of people that have similar goals. So go and do that. Trust me. I'm like, Howard, just do it. Thank you, Chase. I really appreciate you. Yeah, you can't understand that. Cool. So now I'm going to. I lost my tab. Find my tab. There we go. Boom, boom. Sorry, give me 1 second. Once I'm back at home after the holidays, I'll have my 2 screens. It'll be good stuff. One second. There we go. Okay. Awesome. Okay, so this one is I'm going to go over Adobe Firefly. If you haven't tried out Adobe Firefly, it's part of Adobe Creative Cloud. And in all honesty, it's I feel like one of the best image generators that's out there, but it's not free. If you want to get it individually, it's kind of really overpriced. But if you have Adobe Creative Cloud, which I think if you're a student, it's like $20 a month. And if you're not, I think it's like 40 or something like that. And if you tell them that you're a student, I don't know, it might work. I'm not going to tell you not to. I mean, I'm just saying, like, I'm paying the student price. So I'm a student of life. Don't give me any hard time. But they actually, so Adobe Firefly AI integrates directly into Creative Cloud site, offering creative. So if you use like Photoshop or After Effects or any of those tools, integrates directly into it, and offering creative tools for generating images and enhancing workflow while prioritizing copyright safe content. And that's, I think, one of the most important things. It's all copyright safe. It's all ethically made. All their things that they're training their models on, they have permission to. They're not stealing any of that stuff. And I think I commend Adobe for being so on the forefront of being ethical with what they're training their models on. They may be going a little slower or not as loud as the other companies, but they're going to be the one that's actually going to be one of the winners in the end. They're a huge company anyways. So, um, the ethics, it really does speak a lot of volume to me. So AI is trained exclusively on AI licensed content, ensuring ethical use. I think that's huge. It simplifies it simplifies simplifies ideation and execution for creators using Adobe tools, meaning that it's basically integrated into Adobe's full platform. Protects creators from rights from being avoiding unauthorized data in AI training. So the things that you put into it, it's not just taking what we were just talking about with YouTube. It's not just taking what YouTube had and just anything you upload on YouTube is just kindle for the fire for YouTube's AI training. Adobe's just being super ethical about it, which again, I really do commend them for that. So it integrates seamlessly with Adobe apps. And why it's important is because it offers a reliable alternative to other AI tools that have faced copyright issues. There's been a lot of them. If you're creating something, especially if you're doing something just to be creative, you don't want to completely create something with a model that down the road they're like, oh well, you don't actually own that because that was generated by something that you didn't actually have the rights to even use because they stole the data. So if you're worried about that, Adobe Firefly, go check it out. It's actually a really cool one. I'll demonstrate it actually on another live when I'm not going through the list. So there we go. So if you look here, where's it? There we go. Get all the different creative ones. So go check out creative Adobe Firefly. But now next one, and this one is actually one second. And this one's another bit of news. And this is, I don't know if a lot of AI influencers through AI agencies are being launched on Instagram. I don't know if you've interacted with any of them. It's kind of weird. I'm not talking about just posting stuff like I'm not saying by AI agency, I'm not saying something like going to Radar and just posting things to multiple platforms. I'm talking about when you actually are creating, when you're actually creating the entire persona of this person. They'll reply, the bot will reply, it will act like a real person. And it's taking away jobs from actual people that are trying to be influencers. Again, I'm not trying to actually be an influencer on Instagram or Facebook or any of those things. I'm just presenting a lead generation video, but not pretending to be something that I'm not. So these AI generated agency bots that they're putting out on Instagram are actually really, really hurting real influencers that are on Instagram. So are those the type of influencers that you go after on Instagram? I don't know. Maybe I'm crazy. All right. So Instagram is seeing a rise in AI generated influencers, some of whom are using content from real creators without their permission. That's another part. Like, again, why I pointed out Firefly. Firefly is really the only one that I know of that's actually doing things super ethically. And if you're taking something that somebody else created, that's ripping them off as copyright infringement. Just know what you're doing. It's going to catch up with you eventually. So, but it's hurting other people. This trend is negatively affecting engagement for genuine creators, which again, even when we're posting with something like Radar, we're genuine creators, we're real people, and raises questions about authenticity on the platform. So, AI influencers are competing for attention, reducing visibility for real creators, unauthorized use of creator content, violating intellectual property rights. Uh, Again, us creating content and posting it to multiple Instagram accounts or Facebook pages, that's not what I'm talking about. I'm talking about actually having somebody that they're ripping somebody off. We're not ripping somebody off. We're doing everything ethically here. Challenges platforms to implement stronger policies for content authenticity. And I think that that's a good thing because I think that a lot of these platforms, they get away with it until they get called out on it. And this is one of the things that they're getting called out on it. And I hope that they actually take action. So it highlights the risks of unchecked AI adoption in social media, meaning that we need to regulate these things and actually have social media regulated from AI content. And again, it's different than what we're doing. So I can see how there could be, we're not creating an AI agent that's going to pretend to be an influencer. And it emphasizes the need for authenticity to maintain trust with the audience. Because again, like Chase says this all the time as well. If you don't know Chase, Shineify, that this is kind of going to be the direction where I think that things are going to be going, where you're going to connect with your audience. I think there's going to be a point where this will also be taken over by some sort of AI or, you know, deep fake type technology where you could even have me sitting here and I'm not even here. Who knows? I can read the comments a lot faster that way. But I think that that's going to be the direction that this goes. So I'm glad that they're actually taking action on it. But but I don't think it's going to. They say that they're going to, but I don't think it's going to be anything that can be shut down faster than, you know, all the problems will re-arise. But yeah, so those are the 7 updates that I wanted to go over. If you like me doing these updates, let me know. I'm just fine tuning it. This was the first one that I tried out, just figuring out what types of updates. I was going for more for video creators type of updates, and wanted to just show the types of things that could be affecting you in social media and in AI news. But again, the real thing that I really like to focus on is how I can move this box to stop getting in my way first. That's what I'll focus on first. But the thing I really want to focus on is, again, how I could use social media to really build a funnel and automate it as much as possible. Again, I do have this checklist, and you really can just adapt this to whatever your niche is. If you want to just copy me exactly how I do it, just start at step 1. It's like, oh, how do I begin? Well, start at step 1. First, you need a landing page. If you don't use Go High Level, all good. Maybe you already have an autoresponder. Go grab that. Maybe you want, but you know, you could grab my snapshot that I have right here. If you do have high level, if you already have it, go grab the snapshot. I can't stop you. Go grab the checklist. Go grab it. And then Facebook pages, that's actually what I found is kind of like the hidden gem, because a Facebook page, you can go and create a Facebook page and you don't need to create a new email address. You don't need to create a new account. You just create a new Facebook page that you're an admin on. And little side note, if you create a Facebook page, I always would give a second admin to it. If it's a friend or if it's a second account that you have, I don't know if you have a second Facebook account. I don't know, but I would always give it some form of control just from that. So, and then again, go and create a YouTube channel. If you're posting on Facebook, you might as well post on YouTube as well, because YouTube to me is more of like a long-term asset. Remember I mentioned that video at the beginning that I did that made 75K in commissions in just a year? Well, while I was in lockdown too. That's because of YouTube. That video still gets views to this day. That video still makes me sales to this day. I don't know why they're buying it, but hey, you know what? I'm not going to stop them. But it still makes me money every single day. Why would I not? What, like Facebook, if I stop posting on Facebook or Instagram or TikTok, it starts to die out. Now, if you start posting, stop posting onto YouTube, it will start to slow down as well, from what I found. But I still make sales from that every, like maybe not every day, but consistently. It still makes me money. So go and start your Facebook account. If you want to simplify things, open up account like with Radar, or if you have your scheduling platform of choice. But like I showed you, look how easy this. Like I made 180 posts, and I'm just hosting them in Dropbox. Remember, I showed you a little hack where if you change the last number from 0 to 1, it becomes a download link versus the default one's a 0. If you just change that number, it becomes a download link. You just drop it right here under media. And when I go over to Radar, I would just upload that file into my account, and whatever Facebook pages or YouTube or TikTok, or I'm going to check out. I'm thinking about like just playing around with Blue Sky to see if it's a potential, just to see how it goes. As just an experiment. I'll let you know how it goes. But I think that's a low hanging fruit. But where's the thing? Boom. But yeah, so it's that easy. And if think about, since you could post repeated content, if I say 6 months from now, I just update the title or the dates, and I can just re-upload that same file. Oh, which checklist links to Chase? You're talking about in my landing page? I'll double check my go high level, make sure. But if you don't have my checklist, I give it out all the time in my school. You can just come here. It's like school.com/wealth on autopilot. It's completely free. I post it in there all the time. Follow the landing page. Okay, I'll go double check. I must have missed a link. That's the thing. Is like my snapshot, I got it from Chase originally, and now I updated it. I've tweaked it. I made some changes. Do the same for me, or go grab Chase's. It's whatever works best for you. Just go take action. That's my best advice. Go do something. Oh, they think it's oh yeah, but is this the one that I've modified it? So this is my checklist. So, and again, what I would say is if you wanted to copy me, hit file, make a copy, and now you have your own landing page. Okay, I'll double check and make sure. I have to go and I must have missed a link somewhere. Thank you for letting me know. But but there we go. So I'll make sure that I update it. Thank you for making sure I see it. But and then finding trending tools, again, Spotter. Just a reminder, just go and grab the trial at least for this. Thank you again, appreciate it. Because Spotter is giving away $25K just for the trial, and it's like it's crazy. You don't even have to sign up to the paid one. You need to have a trial, not just a free membership. You have to actually put in your credit card and remember to cancel after 60 days. But you're able to, like, this is today's thumbnail. Look at this. Like, I created it right here in Spotter, and then I used ChatGPT to reverse engineer the thumbnail. And then I took that thumbnail and so I reverse engineered the thumbnail. Then I put that thumbnail into Replicate, and I had it generate this thumbnail again, but put my face on it because of the model that I store in Hugging Face. And if that sounded confusing to you, again, you can come hang out in my school, ask me questions, and you can come down this list and just go down the list to all the different things. I talk about Replicate. Replicate's right there. And there's a really good tutorial right here by Matt Wolf that shows you how to set it up. And if you get stuck, again, come and ask questions. I'm happy to answer your questions. So there we go. So again, ChatGPT, free or paid, whatever you choose. Canva, free or paid. Replicate's technically free, but you have to pay for CPU usage, which that entire 180 days that I did, I think that I spent $6 in CPU usage fees. $6 to generate 180 days of posts that now I just uploaded, and they're posting every single day, getting more people into my funnel. And that's it. I think that's the power of AI. And then tools like tools that save me so much time with editing, like this live, for instance. I get to take this live and drop it into Descript at the end because I'm using StreamYard to save all the elements individually. And then I can just drop it in there. I can create a repurpose of this live. I might even be able to get 2 out of this particular live, and then just re-upload those. And now you have more leads that are leading to your funnel, that lead into your opt-in, and so on and so forth. And if you can get 11 Labs, but guess what? Descript has its own voice generation tool, which I think is pretty good considering that it's included. And then Sora, if you have ChatGPT, you get like, what is that, 1,000 credits for free every single month. It's included. So that's another thing. You're not paying any more. There you go. But again, I think Sora is kind of not the best one out there. But hey, it's included with ChatGPT. Go grab it. And then Runway Gen 3, I think that's one of the best ones from what I've like. That's one of my favorite ones. But and then Hey Gen, if you want to have like AI avatars, we're talking about not having to actually be on a camera or even live streams. I think that this is like it will eventually be this too. But for now, Hey Gen. And then again, I mentioned StreamYard. If you're like me, streaming off of a laptop right now, I'd recommend just grabbing something with StreamYard or some similar platform that processes everything in the cloud. If not, OBS is free. It's right below, right there. It's if you have a desktop that can handle it and process everything locally on your computer, go grab OBS. It is amazing free software. And yeah, awesome. So again, go and jump into the community. Thanks everybody for hanging out. I try to keep these to about an hour. Again, let me know if you like these updates. I'm still figuring out myself, so bear with me on that. I'm just trying to actually figure out the best way to find the best updates on news so I can share it with you and the types of news that you want to hear. So again, thanks everybody for hanging out. Make sure that you go to the checklist at AIprofitchecklist.com or jump into my school. I give it out there all the time. Again, thank you everybody for hanging out, and I hope everybody has a good holiday. I'll probably be going live tomorrow, but I probably won't on Wednesday. I'll be perfectly honest. So I'll see you later. Take care. Bye.